salvar a la chica. Porque el tipo del full game también te ha salvado a la tipa.
You are to guard the camp like it's... Look who... what do you seek here?
Triss Marigold.
In the Nilfgaardian camp? Fistek has addled your brain.
Lower your sword, son.
You've got cheek, Geralt.
Let's go.
Fijo, pelea contra Goku. Pierde, pero...
One false move and your ambassador will never see Nilfgaard's son again.
My men won't let you leave here alive.
They will if you ask them to, Excellency, and I believe you will.
Reynold Ep Madsen's orders come from the Emperor himself. He'd rather die than give you Marigold.
Then you'll die.
Mark my words. You will. Unless you release me, it's not too late.
You're bored. Out of the way, all of you, or the old man dies.
Hold there!
I'm not joking.
I know, and I advise you not to hesitate. Kill him, for we shan't move one bit. Renwald! He who brings me the Witcher's head will get the Order of Merit.
But Ambassador Fitzestellen...
Your Excellency. Orders from the capital.
Now I'll have to kill you all.
What are you waiting for? Get him!
Pues sí, hay que matarlos a todos.
For the Emperor! Long live the Emperor!
Espera.
The gate's closed. There must be another way in.
Tengo que perseguirlo, ¿verdad? Pero... pues va a ser que sí. Para acá no hay nada, para allá. Pues estas espadas me vuelven mamadísimo. Una pelea. ¿Acá?
Did you really think you could just prance in here? Make the Emperor proud! Kill him! ranks are endless!
No, no. No, 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 no.
Taste our shield!
You're a stubborn beast, Nordling.
For the Emperor!
Joder, Witcher.
Long live!
En teoría él me corta primero.
For the Emperor! Long live the Emperor!
Congratulations, Witcher. They were my best men.
Un pelado.
Free Triss, or join them.
You amaze me. How can you risk your life for a witch?
Ok, hemos culeado.
Let's just say we're close.
I knew it. You're in love with her. You wouldn't risk your neck otherwise. But you don't know everything about her.
What are you talking about?
Your friend and the other witches conspired against your rulers.
How do you know that?
From the best possible source. She confessed.
And how did you convince her to do that?
By showing her the confessions of other lodge members.
I don't believe you.
That's irrelevant at this point. During our chat, my people managed to regroup, call for reinforcements.
Maybe now they'll start fighting like men.
Time to show you the Empire's true
No entiendo nada.
Surround him!
No van a poder contra mí, huevón. ¿Tanto existe? Ni pensar.
Shame to the Empire! Shield bearers, forward! I failed you.
Soy un capo. Vamos a hablar con ella primero. Geralt, de muy bien.
Didn't expect to see me.
Are you kidding? The only person you expect to see in a Nilfgaardian dungeon is the executioner.
Did they torture you?
They tried various things, but they got nothing from me.
When I left Flotsam with Vernon, I somehow doubted I'd find you so soon.
I know it was hard on you. I'll never forget this, you hear? Never.
I'd slaughter half the Nilfgaardian army for a friend. I know you're a member of the Lodge, Triss.
How do you know of the Lodge?
Doesn't matter. I also know the Lodge was behind Demaven's assassination.
Geralt,
I trust you.
True. I'm a member of the Lodge. Just like 8 other sorceresses. But if you think I'm responsible for the Lodge's actions, you're badly mistaken. The Lodge is a theater for 2 actresses. Sheila and Philippa have long dominated it.
No importa.
Didn't know about the murder
Sea quien sea, yo soy el
To the
puto amo del
point where
juego,
I
¿ves?
was no longer
Aunque vengan
invited to
1000,
gatherings.
van a necesitar,
They stopped
van a
trusting me.
necesitar 10
Because you didn't agree with them.
9
cansarme.
women very rarely agree on
Y
anything.
1 millón para
The actual problem was that
calentar.
Tell me,
I was close to you. If Sheila fears anyone, it's Geralt of Rivia. The Lodge did everything to convince me that our relationship didn't bother them, even that it suited them. But they manipulated me. Through me, they fed you select information. Depending on the circumstances, they twisted facts.
we're still close. They could still be doing it.
Don't insult me.
Calm down, Triss. Reynold Ep Matson claimed otherwise, but I'll always take your word over that of some Nilfgaardian lowlifes. Now, you'll tell me everything you know. I need to learn the truth.
All existing councils of mages disintegrated after the Thaned massacre. We all acted separately. Philippa decided to create a new organization. A secret one this time. When I was sworn in, it never crossed my mind that the Lodge's plans would soon become secret to its members. As you know, Philippa's not one for minor undertakings. She presented a plan for creating a powerful state controlled by sorceresses.
No wonder the kings are opposing the sorceresses. Nobody likes a schemer.
Philippa and Sheila never lacked ideas or enthusiasm. To control a powerful state, they needed to create one first. Or find a wealthy land with a suitable political arrangement and an easily manipulated ruler. Sheila chose the Pontar Valley, Demaven,
En este juego sí, ¿no?
Stennis.
Demaven
Se
hated
acabó el
mages.
juego y ya.
No more than Henselder read of it. Sheila and Philippa saw Demaven as the weakest ruler. His son, Stennis, blows hot and cold. Plus, he who controls the Pontar Valley controls them.
Expandido las opciones.
So it was in Edirne that a popular rebel emerged, preaching the idea of a new state. At one of our meetings, I just asked how, after Demaven's death, I became suspicious. When you went off to meet Yorveth and Sheila was busy with the care...
Why didn't you tell me?
I wanted to, but we never met after that. Letho must have shadowed me when I entered Sheila's room. Then he forced me to teleport us to somewhere near Vergen.
Did you talk to him?
He wasn't aggressive. In Vergen, he told me that Sheila commissioned them to assassinate Demaven. Them being the Witchers of the School of the Fire. Sheila helped them prepare the...
I wonder why he told you about it.
Is that important?
Conspirators who suddenly divulge everything. I'd be suspicious.
There was some interference as we teleported to Edirne. I emerged intact, but pretty battered. I knew Philippa was in the area. I decided to go see her and lay my cards on the table.
Maybe Letho wanted just that.
I met a woman at Philippa's house. Thought she was just a servant or Philippa's lover. Before I could speak, I was overpowered by spells. I hardly expected an attack. The pain I felt as my body was compressed. It's indescribable. In any case, Philippa had Asira decompressed me fast just before they murdered her. Shillard interrogated me but learned
No es
nothing.
como para pelear.
If it wasn't for you, they'd have had me quartered. I didn't piece the puzzle together until I was here, in the dungeon. Now you know everything.
Did Saskia know the Lodge's plans?
She didn't even know the Lodge existed. Philippa told her that the sorceresses would support an independent state in the Pontar Valley, no strings attached. A fairy tale, but Saskia bought it. Saskia backed Philippa, and the people backed Saskia.
Who had Foltest assassinated?
I have no idea. Perhaps after Demoven's successful assassination, Sheila and Philippa decided to take the next step.
That would be stupid. Killing Demavend was a way to take control of the Pontar Valley. People would forget the regicide in a year, and the Lodge could put its plan in motion. They had to know that if Foltest died, men like Roach wouldn't rest until they learned why that had happened.
One thing is certain. Letho killed Foltest, and Sheila was working with Letho.
Ever find out what Sheila was actually doing in Flotsam? I find it hard to believe she went there just to kill a monster and earn a few orans.
You're right, of course. It had something to do with Letho and the Scoia'tael.
What did she want from Yorvith?
The Scoia'tael were Saskia's trump card. I expect Sheila needed to know what the elves would do, given that a war with Hensel was practically inevitable.
That'll have to do for now.
We'll learn more at the talks.
You're going to attend?
You have no memory of how the world worked before the Thanad massacre.
Actually, I know exactly how it worked.
That means...
We'll talk about my memory later.
All right. If the Council and Conclave still existed, kings wouldn't be assassinated and massacres would be less frequent. This is our chance to restore these institutions, and we shouldn't miss it. Normalizing relations between the rulers and the mages who advise them is our only chance for peace.
And our only chance to dismantle the Lodge.
The Lodge will disintegrate anyway. Once the kings learn it was behind the assassinations, they'll start a witch hunt. We can prevent that from happening. I'm all for punishing the guilty, but...
Let's go then.
Those Nilfgaardians, that's your work?
They followed their leader too blindly.
You killed them all.
They didn't slaughter themselves.
Tengo que salir de aquí. Ven, perdón.
We shouldn't arrive at the same time. Let's split up.
Triss,
Yes?
that was some mess.
Qué
I
bonito.
wouldn't want to see you hurt like that again.
Don't worry, I'll manage. See you at the talks.
All right.
Chucha está la cumbre del huevo. ¿A qué? Que me voy con ella. No de la chucha. ¿Qué pasó acá? Yo no fui. Bueno, sí fui yo, pero ¿qué es? Si no me dicen dónde está, no voy a hacerlo. Pues... no. Solo tengo que ir con la chica. ¿A dónde? No sé. De acá vinimos, ¿no? Tenemos que ir atrás. Acá tenemos que salir por aquí. Supongo que esta parte la voy a cortar porque
It's
no es que es
you.
muy inútil que lo ponga, dura más, pero bien huevón. Aunque me gusta lo de explorar el escenario, ¿sí? El juego la verdad pero tiene sus errores. No puedes pedir mucho de un juego de esta época, ¿no? Y eso fue.
Greetings.
La verdad es que sí lo volvería a jugar, pero remasterizado. No sé. Ya que ya lo grabé. Un poquito, ¿no?
Renounce magic!
A ver.
Shatter your towers and crystal ball!
Perdón. Un pintor, Da Vinci. ¿Dónde me estaré metiendo? ¿Por querer tomar un atajo? ¿Dónde estoy, güey? Me gusta que se pudiera. Es un... Sí clasifica como juego de mundo abierto. Mira, en otra vida te juro que lo haré. Si tengo tiempo. Aunque ahorita estoy en la edad de tener tiempo para esto. Pero te prometo que en otra vida, si te vuelvo a jugar, te prometo acabarte y jugar bien. Pero ahora estamos cerca del fin del mundo, así que no hay tiempo que perder. No me gustaría pensar. No me gustaría
Renounce magic!
creer que estoy perdiendo tiempo jugando. Cheque como cualquier persona con gustos. Le gusta jugar. A otros les gusta tomar, salir, jugar partidos.
So, even the Nilfgaardians have great...
We're about to witness a great event.
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's go inside.
It's now or never.
Y se acaba el juego.
In recent weeks, we have deliberated extensively in Vizima on who is to succeed to the Temerian throne. Because the fate of Foltest's last child remains unknown, we could not reach an agreement. Unable to reconcile the interests of the esteemed Temerian houses, we have no choice but to divide the country into provinces along the barony's current borders.
This cannot be, John Natalis. Temeria stands between Nilfgaard and the north. It must be a strong and united realm.
I too would wish it so, Your Majesty. But when Foltest was cut down by an assassin, the country's very heart burst.
I have learned that Anais Lavalette is currently in the hands of the sorcerer Deathmold.
Clearly you have yet to learn of the slaughter that occurred today in the Kedweni camp, King Radovid.
Yet there is hope if the child lives.
I shall do everything in my power to find her. Simultaneously, I wish to announce that the commander of the Temerian Special Forces, one Vernon Roach, is officially a wanted man. All privileges appertaining to him as an officer of the realm are hereby repealed.
Como mi chica. Mi chica está en el juego.
To the matter at hand. The document describing the charter of the Council and the Conclave is, as previously ascertained, an exact copy of the charter found in the ruins on Thanet Island. The more important question relates to the Conclave and its power to designate royal advisors. Today, randomly chosen mages and sorceresses reside at many courts. However, in the time of the previous Conclave, such persons were carefully chosen.
¿Quién es eso?
Why shouldn't we pick our own advisors?
These individuals bear great responsibility, Your Majesty. The Conclave needs to be certain they are competent.
And that they will keep the Conclave's interests in mind.
Obviously, sire. The Conclave's chief interest is the well-being and prosperity of the northern kingdoms. The document has been signed by every member of the Conclave we have proposed, as well as by all but one of the designated advisors. We await only Sheila de Tanserville's signature.
Without our royal seals, you should be allowed to designate advisors to cowherd at most.
That is true, Your Majesty.
Sheila de Tanserville should never be allowed to sign this document.
Triss Merigold, you decided to join us after all.
De Tanserville has royal blood on her hands. She can't sit on the conclave.
That is a lie.
Have you anything to support these claims, Merigold?
There are witnesses who will confirm that Sheila de Tanserville was behind the assassinations of Demavend and Foltest.
Officials of the future Council and Conclave. Sheila de Tanserville should be arrested and tried. If Triss Merigold speaks the truth, Lady de Tanserville will be condemned to death.
Sheila de Tanserville, until Triss Merigold's charges are dismissed or refuted, you cannot sit on the conclave.
Arrest her.
You don't know the whole truth. Merigold doesn't know what she's talking about.
No good here! I can't get us out! Sheila! You have to get Sheila!
Solo son ciudadanos que se esconden. Pierde el tiempo, güey. ¿Qué estoy haciendo? De mucho. ¿Tiene comandos algo? Muy lento corre.
While you can, Witcher. You can't stop me, not you, not anyone else. If I have to, I will kill you. You like my drama? Kill him now!
You're late. I've already managed to stabilize the portal.
You've got nowhere to run. Sooner or later, somebody will find you.
I prefer to leave on my own terms.
Where's Letho?
Sir Synthesis will tend to him, as she will to all the fools who get a hard-on at the mere thought of burning a sorceress at the stake.
Where is he?
I don't know, fool. I've been looking for him since Foltest's assassination. Letho cheated all of us. We were deceived by his dull face and sluggish stare. Don't you understand? The Lodge sought a way to get rid of Demavend, that's true. He was a weak, volatile king. Edirn would eventually choke to death under his rule. We chose the lesser evil. He had to be eliminated, and Letho happened to be at hand.
Foltest? Henselt?
We had nothing to do with that. After assassinating Demavend, Letho used our gold and magical support to find and meet Yorveth.
Then who did?
Nilfgaard. Letho is the king of liars and emperor of traitors. From the start, he worked for the glory of the great sun and the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes. He lied to everyone.
Got any evidence?
A moment ago, I received a message from the Lodge's agent in Sintra. The Imperial Army is on the move. They're fording the Yaruga now. Do you think the North can defend itself in the current situation? But can you count on another miracle at Brenna?
I don't know, but you made it all possible and you'll answer for that. The stigma of treason is yours for all time.
We shall see. For no one will leave this city alive. No one will tell this story. Philippa controls the dragon. As soon as I disappear, it will turn the city into a flaming tomb.
The dragon attacked Foltest's troops during the siege of Lavalette Castle. That hardly supports your tale.
We did not control it then. We may have lost a battle, but the war is just beginning. You, however, shall not take part in it. This is your end, Witcher.
Farewell! Something's not right! The diamond! Someone replace the diamond! This one's flawed! I'll be torn to bits! Geralt, remove it!
You waited long enough. Should you survive, go south to Nilfgaard, where you'll find Yennefer of Vengerberg. Farewell, Witcher.
Oh, estoy su... Mira, tamales, Aquí la pelea. ¿Qué ahora qué? Oh. Wow. quería una foto. Muy falsa, muy débil la puñalada. A no ser que sea súper afilada esta cosa. Muere. Vamos. Levántate. Ya murió esa cosa. No hay nada que se pueda hacer. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Vaya. ¿Qué hago? No sé qué hacer. ¿Me voy? No sé qué hacer, no sé qué hacer. Voy a ver qué se puede hacer. Vamos. Que lo veo bien. What the fuck?
A list of the Lodge's sorceresses. A list of the whores you'll help us find.
What's going on here?
No. Madre mía. $4K, pero ustedes lo van a ver a 1080.
Are you all right?
More or less.
And the dragon?
Let's say it had a hard landing, impaled itself on a tree.
Did you kill it?
It's alive. You know I don't kill dragons.
But Philippa's...
In time, we'll deal with her. You know, that could be one of the last dragons alive, a noble and beautiful creature.
Let's get out of here.
¿Verdad, no?
I guess Letho got away.
Qué hermoso.
He's waiting for you.
Waiting?
Where the Temerians made camp. Come on.
What do you mean, waiting? How do you know?
Utter chaos broke out after the dragon attacked. I tried to reach Philippa's quarters. A terrified man approached me in one of the alleys, gave me a letter and begged me not to harm him. He said it was for you. The letter was short. I'm waiting in the Temerian camp. Letho.
What happened here while I was gone?
All the kings had many more armed men than they should have had at a peace.
Esa cosa viene por
During the
nosotros.
evacuation, several skirmishes broke out. The Kedwenis clashed with the
Tenemos que pelear.
Temerians. The Order's knights raped 2 sorceresses and
quiere
killed
pelear.
those who dared try to help them.
Do you think the Council and Conclave will survive?
Well, they're established, and that's the only thing that prevented a wholesale massacre. Hard to say if they'll survive, but for the time being, no one's got any better ideas. Mages are part of this world, whether people like it or not. They have to have their rights, their place. Otherwise, another lodge will arise.
Por esto me van a dar likes. Tw2. Culazo la de ella, ¿no? ¿Y ahora qué? Vamos por acá. Me voy. ¿A dónde vamos? ¿Quién es Leto? Oh, diablos. No jodas. Está bueno. Están.
Vernon Roach, step away from the child.
She's of royal blood.
Pisa.
Temerian. Too good for you, Horsens.
You're an outlaw, wanted in all the north. Hand over the child and perhaps the king will show you mercy.
I piss on Kedweni mercy.
Roach!
Triss! We can't let them have her! This is Foltest's daughter!
I've heard enough! Grab them!
Ah, bueno. Dos brujos. Y uno de ellos soy yo.
I failed. Deathmold got away. Thanks, Geralt.
Triss needed my help. You know that. The Nilfgaardians outwitted us all.
What are you talking about?
They kidnapped Triss. The Emperor dispatched the Kingslayers using the Lodge as a decoy, all in order to breed chaos in the northern kingdoms.
Temeria is lost. The Barons will pick it apart into bits.
It's not lost. Temeria will be reunited. Get the child out of here. Take her far away. Far from the kings, their courts, and their wars. One day, she'll reclaim her heritage.
What about you, Geralt?
I'm going after the Kingslayer.
A man of his word.
It's personal now.
Farewell then, White Wolf. I trust we'll meet again in better times.
Farewell, Roach.
Ay, la niñita. Qué bonito. Ya me voy. Se acabó el juego.
Where's Yorvith? How's Yorvith?
Proud, I think. The reward on his head has never been greater. Those seeking him, the Scoia'tael hunters, will be reinforced. The special forces throughout the north will receive more resources. The Council and the Conclave are assigning several mages to the task. Yorvith is now public enemy number 1. They won't rest until they find him.
Pelea.
This is no place for witches. Though I know you and you appear wherever something important happens.
True, though sometimes by accident.
And this time, also a coincidence?
Let's say I have something to take care of.
In that case, hurry. Once we're done cleaning up this mess created by the royal soldiery, Loch Muin will be magically sealed.
Getting out of here?
Temporarily. We shall return soon enough to rebuild the city. Loch Muin will regain its former glory. Until that time, we need to keep the treasure hunters and troublemakers out.
So Radovid trusts you?
We shall win His Royal Majesty's trust by delivering Sheila de Tansarville and the other traitresses from the lodge.
That could take a while. Sheila's fled Loch Muin via Megascope.
We have time. She cannot hide forever. Sooner or later, she will be ours. Forgive me, I must attend to some matters. And don't dawdle. The city will be sealed in 1 hour.
Para decir. Wow. Ay, Dios. Ahora los magos, cuando cierre, quiero ser un mago, mamá. Hoy. Hoy. Hoy.
There he is.
Wait for me.
Geralt.
This is between me and him.
You don't have to.
I do. He knows how I lost my memory. Wait for me at the city gate. If I'm not there within the hour, leave without me.
Sí voy a ir. Claro que voy a ir. Tá bom, me mató un dragón,
Took you a while? Is that bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
I let her escape.
You're heartless. You've no idea what the royal witch hunters have in store for her. A lot of pain for a long time.
I don't doubt it. So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first, vodka.
I suppose my throat's a little dry.
In that case, let's drink to old friendships.
Si me envenena, lo voy a matar. Me ha engañado, ¿verdad? Pues fácil, se toma un antídoto antes de tomar eso.
Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Su madre.
Yeah, I saved your life.
Malísimo. Yo voy a estar
Couldn't
así.
think of a nicer way to pay me back.
Yeah.
Frankly, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, taking
Nada
care
más.
of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
What the fuck?
The winter solstice 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying.
Me arrepiento de no haber prestado atención a la historia.
Riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the hanged man's tree in the wild.
¿Son los amigos?
I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days. Delirious. In agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself. We thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Og, Sarah, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful. No violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me. A simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the northern kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north. That's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire?
She was when I left.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every witcher who wears the viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the spectral riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the riders?
From what I understand, they're some damn elven race. But they turned out to be a big ruse. The legendary Omen of War proved to be a fairground attraction.
No Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding.
Go ahead, enlighten me.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours.
Bueno, pausamos aquí. What the fuck?
There's not a witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer. So, elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern. Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me. Well, and a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore. I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it.
Oh.
This story ends here and now.
Pues okay, si quieres morir.
How did a witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's Order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago, and Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the North. Soften it before the invasion. And you know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come. The North resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
I'm done talking. Let's finish this.
Wanna fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here.
Vamos a pelear ebrios. O borrachos. Vamos a pelear borrachos. ¿Está nervioso, The Witcher? Porque aparte de que no aparece.
The Imperial Army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight. And this time...
A ver, vamos a ver qué elegimos. Aquí pausamos. Aquí volvemos. ¿Qué le pasa? Muy bien, lárgate.
I've learned all I wanted to know. I can feel the memories coming back. Your death won't change a thing. Go where you will.
Just like that. No threats. No words of wisdom.
You going or not?
Adiós, Geralt.
Farewell, Geralt.
Se acaba el juego. Se está acabando el juego. Qué buena forma de despedirse. La mano, se dan la mano. Con el potencial para hacerle frente al Señor de los Anillos. Pero ¿por qué lo vamos a hacer? Vamos a seguir la historia original.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. In Flotsam, he slew Bernard Laredo, but few mourned for the Commandant. Flotsam remained Temerian, while command of the garrison and town went to a Vizima noble, a sworn enemy of Kedwen and an avid angler. To this day, folk gather round bonfires in Lobenden to hear of the Witcher's deeds. The Witcher witnessed a great Kedweni victory in Edirn. At Vergen, Henselt's army crushed Saskia the Dragonslayer's motley force, ending the springtime of races. Soldiers of the Unicorn swarmed over the Pontar Valley. As it had before, powerful Kedwen swallowed Upper Edirn whole.
¿Son malos?
Yet subsequent events would render Henselt's triumph short-lived. After Foltest's death, Temeria's neighbors began to vie for the glittering prize that was the realm's throne. Yet the murders of first Demavend, then Henselt, forced them to look to their own problems. Temeria fell prey to its power-hungry barons. But Vernon Roche held a light of hope for the dying realm, and he tucked it away in a place safe and still to await better times. Years before, Geralt of Rivia had witnessed the fall of the Council and Conclave of Mages. The summit in Loch Muin re-established both bodies, their founders sacrificing Sheila de Tanzerville and her accomplices. Yet Radovid also required humility and loyalty from the proud mages, but this did not sit well with all of them. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the days seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
Ah, es el que cuenta la historia. ¿Qué dijo? ¿Ve los créditos para qué? Bueno, aquí es cuando empiezo a despedir el juego. ¿Qué puedo decir? ¿Qué puedo decir? Pues es un juego, un juegazo. O sea, la verdad es que sí me ha gustado. Me gustó más cuando se acabó. No sé por qué siempre hago esto de probar juegos. En plan, si hay un juego actual que salga, ahorita estamos en 2022, si sale un juego ahorita en 2022 y tiene un pasado, o sea, tiene juegos anteriores, yo los juego, así sean de 1990, no sé cuántos, me pongo a probarlos, no importa la calidad gráfica, no importa la animación y lo demás, como sea, si es que están para PC, PS4, pues lo pruebo. Si pudiera grabar Play 2, bacán sería, pero no sé cómo grabar Play 2, así que solo me queda emular y jugar en pirata. Porque no sé cómo hacerlo realmente. Bueno, pues... Y esto me pasó con The Witcher, ¿no? Quería jugar The Witcher 3, porque estaba buscando juegos de mundo abierto. Y vi The Witcher, investigué un poco de The Witcher, vi... Tw2Fin.com, Bandai, creo que se llama. Y el análisis del juego, ¿no? Y sí, pues tenía una trilogía. El primer juego lo probé hace mucho, creo que en 2021 o 2019. 2019 no creo, 2021 lo probé. Y pues la verdad es que no me gustó la jugabilidad. La animación no me importaba, porque era... Mi computadora no tenía tarjeta gráfica y tenía juegos de gama baja, solo juegos de gama baja, así que simplemente quería probarlo, ¿no? Y pues la jugabilidad me mató, no me dejó querer jugar, la jugabilidad era mala, pues abandoné el juego, ahí fue un desperdicio de dinero, así que no la acabé. No jugué ni media hora, así que... Pues lo devolví. No me gustó. The Witcher 2 fui distinto. Primero lo instalé. Hace un año. Jugué un poco y desde entonces está en mi computadora. Pasó 1 o 2 reseteos en mi computadora en solo 2 años. Y en esos 2 años lo volví a instalar y no pasé del inicio. No pasé de... Primero, en mi primera partida, no pasé del castillo, del imperio. En la primera guerra, ¿no? Antes de que maten al rey del que se nos acusaba de haberlo matado. Luego, al final, sí... A la segunda partida llegué hasta el bosque Folden, esa ciudad, ¿no? Donde ahorcan a unas personas por nuestra culpa, creo. Entonces, ahí ya en mi tercera partida, pues arranqué desde ahí porque había copiado el save data, la partida, ¿no? Había copiado la partida en otro lado y arranqué desde ahí. Y desde ahí empecé a grabar un poco. Y pues eso, ¿no? Es un buen juego. La jugabilidad mejora bastante con respecto al 1. La animación también es brutal. Hay más putas. También. Bueno, no sé si en el 1 hay putas. En el 2, pues, ya veo porque es un juegazo clásico. Me recuerda a Metro. Metro Last Light tiene también algo así. Son buenos juegos, pero este tipo de cosas algo graciosas, es que lo recordamos, ¿no? Me alegra decir que si en algún momento me preguntan, ¿has jugado The Witcher 2 o The Witcher o no sé? Yo voy a decir que sí, jugué The Witcher, me lo pasé, me divertí, me estresé bastante, no entendí, me quedé atascado, aprendí, gané, perdí, avancé, hice trampa y lo terminé. Es un juego que voy a recordar por mucho tiempo. De repente es de los últimos juegos que voy a jugar, quién sabe. Así que traté de disfrutarlo, aunque también traté de saltarme algunas cosas que no me gustaban. Me gustaría expresar nuestro más sincero agradecimiento a nuestras esposas, maridos y personas importantes e hijos mayores y pequeños. En resumen, a todos nuestros seres queridos por la paciencia que han tenido y el apoyo que han mostrado durante nuestro trabajo en The Witcher 2. Este juego también es un logro vuestro. Este juego también es un logro vuestro. Agradecimientos especiales a Cassia, Powell, Marcin, Mitchell, Michael, Piotr, Pajo, City, Marius, Robert, Bartolomeo, así se escribe Bartolomeo, Daniel y familias del equipo. Y a toda la familia sí a toda la familia del grupo sí al que se podía adelantar. Bueno, es un logro personal, así que la verdad es que no sé si alguien me vaya a ver en un futuro o a alguien le vaya a importar que haya grabado esto, pero a mí personalmente sí. A ti de repente, Erin, ahorita mismo me estás escuchando, Erin con 20 años, Erin con 21 años, Erin con 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, Erin con 50 años, Erin con 40 años más joven, Erin con 60, con 70 o 80, escuchando cómo hablo conmigo mismo. Pues ojalá que para ese entonces haya logrado algo y haya avanzado bastante. Ahorita mismo es un mini logro personal y un juego, una pérdida de tiempo. Acabar algo creo que es un logro personal. Terminar algo, no dejarlo a medias o decir yo nunca terminé de hacer esto. Es un juego, pero yo lo veo así.
sabía que se podía adelantar. No jodas. Voy a cagar en todo si me dices que no estoy grabando. Solo estaba mirando y ahora es mi cena, o la cena de ese hombre. ¿Quién es él y dónde estamos? ¿Nos van a matar? ¿O lo van a matar? Sí, ¿verdad? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Quién es él? Wow. Yo lo vi en el full game y pensaba que era The Witcher con la chica viendo la playa, en plan, disfrutando de sus momentos juntos. Total es esto. Pues qué buen cierre. El mundo que conocimos acerca a su fin, pero el pasado sigue siendo la clave del futuro. Ya no tengo tiempo. Sí. Muy bien, Erin, se acabó el juego. En otro capítulo voy a jugar la arena minijuego de torneos de lucha. Voy a ganar todo y me voy. Y voy a desistir del juego. Bueno, eso es todo por The Witcher. Mano derecha arriba. Cuenta de 1, 2, 3. Me quito los cascos ante el juego. Una expresión que yo inventé. Eso es todo de ahí. ¿Qué te puedo decir? Muy bien, compañero. Brazo derecho arriba. Otro logro personal, Erin. Hay que seguir avanzando. Vete ya. Y deja de perder el tiempo en tonterías. Por más que nos gusten hacerlas. Adiós, amigo. Adiós, compañero.